Uh, okay, I'll accept the tagline of being a guru, but I think you are just exaggerating the whole thing. All right, so good morning, everyone, once again, and welcome to today's class. This is one of the classes from the business analysis series that's currently running, and today is AI graphics. Give me a moment, let me share my screen. Okay, so confirm if you can see my screen, please. Can anyone see my screen? Okay.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. So yeah. All right. So today is basically on AI graphics, and when we talk about AI, talk about graphics, I believe we are not new to it. AI is currently and constantly evolving. There are a lot of AI platforms that do various things from the medical field to banking, and even while as a business analyst, you make use of AI, and it's advisable for anyone who is in whatever field you're working in. You need to utilize AI. A lot of people say AI will end up taking their jobs, but the thing is, those who use AI will be the one who still remain in job at the end of the day. If you don't utilize AI, you become irrelevant. Okay, so when we say AI graphics, I would want to center the whole session down to the business analysis class. And just like, sorry if I didn't mention the name well, Mr. Abdurrahman also. Just like he said, it's basically relates to how we make use of AI platforms to generate visuals that makes it easy for viewers or whoever the content was intended for to understand at a glance. There are a lot of AI tools currently, and we might not be able to touch all the AI tools today. But basically, this class will be a practical session. I have about just 6 slides or so, 5 slides in total. So we are going to be working with one of the AI tools and see how to make it easy and better to understand information. So one other thing I would like to just based on the fact that we're treating business analysis in the area of graphics using AI for graphics, I would like to replace the AI graphics with the word graphic representation. Um, so what are graphic representations? It basically means using visual elements to show information. No much definition to it, using elements like visual elements like graphs, bar chart, pie chart, histogram, chart, process flow. So there are different visuals. We are not new to infographics. When you use an infographics to pass across an information, you are using graphic representations. So instead of using long text or sending a document, imagine, let's take an instance. For example, you are trying to get the record of sales for company XYZ, and we create a whole document and submit it. Okay, this is the sales they were able to make within the period of time, and and that person brings probably a visual representation like a chart showing the record of sales. It is more easier to understand the information from the graphic representation rather than using long words and lists. Before you get to understand from the document, you have to now read in depthly. But for graphic representations, it's quite different. So the commonly used um, elements are pie charts, we have bar charts, we have line graphs, we have dashboards, infographics, and today we'll be seeing how to use some of these things. All right, so how does AI help? How does AI help with graphics? So one of the main things I we should take note of is that AI takes raw data information. It just leaves you to focus on creating the raw data. Then it takes charge of creating the visuals you use for this data. You use to pass the information across. So you are trying to submit a document. Or you are trying to um, probably do an annual report. So you can use visuals. You can use bar charts or charts, different types of charts to show these visuals, and AI generates this automatically. All you have to do is just think of the raw data and AI takes away the stress of the design from you. So, and it's very useful in business. It's useful in every aspect, as I said earlier on, not just business, both in schools, in um, um, various organizations, various sectors, the oil and gas sections and all. So there's no secluded area where AI graphics can be used. It can be used on every, no matter the type of business you do, it's something you can use at that business. So AI also suggests layouts, designs, color options that are clear and professional. You don't need to be a graphic designer, that's true. You don't need to have experience as a designer for you to be able to use some of all these AI tools. There are tools that do it without the use of AI. So for you to use those tools, you might need to do like a short training or a small training just to get a full understanding of how to use those tools. But with AI tools, it has been created in a way that it's very easy to use. You just supply your prompt, supplying your prompt, that's the data itself, and AI generates the design for you. So as I said earlier, it helps you focus on the message, why AI handles the visuals. So why does it matter? So it matters because it helps in getting quick reports. You have impressive presentations. Your presentations are visually striking and presentable. You have It's easy to share. It's easier to share little big documents of a chart or something or a report rather than sending um, a long or 10 pages, 15 pages report and all. So in business today, we know that time is everything, and most people don't have the time to read pages of written reports. So a good chart or visual tells the whole story in few seconds. So it could be for sales performance and the likes. All right, so basically, as I said earlier, there are a lot of tools that can do these visuals. There are a lot of tools that can be used to create these visuals. I singled out three different tools here, which is Canva, Visme, and Simplified. Canva, Visme, and Simplified. We might not be able to touch all these tools today. We might just talk about them a little bit then. But the main focus for today will be Visme. I chose Visme because of the number of things it can do. There are a lot of tools embedded within this AI platform. Then, apart from these three, there are older mentions like ChatGPT. You can use, there are some graphical representations you can do with ChatGPT. There is a mockup AI. There is Gamma app. In fact, the slides was created with Gamma AI, Gamma app. So if you can see the symbol here, you see it was Gamma. So I just fed the AI the raw material, and then it created the designs and the slides and all. So there's Graph Maker and many more. There are a lot of AI platforms out there that you can use for this. So with sorry, can you still see my screen? Okay. Yeah, so without wasting much time, I would like us to just go straight into the platform and do one or two things with the platform. Um, okay, for ChatGPT, I did say that earlier on. For ChatGPT, what you can do on ChatGPT, I would employ you guys to go back maybe after the session, just check on all these platforms that we're not able to touch, which is Canva simplified, the likes of ChatGPT and Occupier. Just check and see what those platforms can do. But for Canva AI, I know there's a section of Canva where you can, they've integrated AI into Canva, and there's a section of it where you can create workflows, diagrams, and different types of charts. I think that's the magic design section and all. And simplified AI is mostly used for creating content and templates, quick graphics for data and likes. So let's move over to Visme. Um, I already have mine open. So the website is visme.co. So the website is visme.co, and when you go on the site, you log in with your various with your login details, your email and the likes. So I won't be doing the login for now. I already have a workspace, so I just start from here. So one of the reasons why I chose this B.O is because it has a whole lot of tools embedded within it. So you can see web graphics, you see printables, video files, infographics, charts or graphs, forms, surveys. So there are a whole lot of things you can do with this. Um, so we'll be centering on the chart. Okay, look at this. So you can also create maps, and there are some data you might need the map of a country or map of Africa, map of Europe or whatever. So these are tools you can use or assets you can use. So today I'll just show us some examples. Let's try to create. I don't know. Will it be possible to have you guys try it while we are on the class? So you can, as you're listening, you can also try it or have it open. If you're unable to, no problem. I think the class is recorded, so you can later go back to it and see how it works. So for charts and graphs, what I'll be doing is I'll be generating some sort of data with ChatGPT, and we'll try creating charts with using this platform. We'll try creating a chart with the data we get from ChatGPT. So, okay, let's move on to ChatGPT. Will anybody like to suggest what we should work on? Um, Anybody from the chat room, or do I just go ahead and think of something? Are you with me, or should I just go on? Hello.
I'm here with you.
Yeah, so I said, would anybody like to suggest maybe a sort of data we can work with, or I just go on and create mine and then work with that?
Somebody is suggesting medical reports, and someone else is
Okay,
just suggesting you go right ahead.
medical reports. I'm trying to get to that to see the message. Okay, medical reports. Medical reports. How do we link this? Okay, let's say in the medical report, we say we're trying to generate report on the how do I do that? Let's say number of patients. Okay, generate. Let's an age range. Percentage. Okay, patient treated. Within, okay, let's say January to we're in July, okay, of 2025. Damage range reports of the number of patients treated within report for, let's say, X, Y, Z hospital. Yeah, I think this is fine. So let's just see what ChatGPT can give to us, and we can just work with the data we get. Okay, so we can see, yeah, it's done. So from this data now, we have like an age range from 0 to 9. Then in January, they treated 120 patients, both male and female, within the age of 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 70 plus, and the likes. So we're going to use this data to create. So with this data, we can create. I think we can create an histogram. We can create a bar chart. So this batch now, I have in mind that this is just to create the visuals. At the end of the day, it is these visuals you use, you add it to your slides for your presentation or report. So I'm going to copy this. Yeah. So let's go back to this me. So these are the different types of charts they have here. They have gauge charts, area charts, funnel charts, used for different purposes. So for this kind of information we can use a line graph, we can use a bar graph, an histogram too can work. So these are different mediums. I think a Venn diagram can also work. We might just touch one or two of them. Then on your own, you can just go back. I think this platform is free to an extent. There are some of these features here you can use for free. So and it gives you a lot, even with the free version. Before you now talk about upgrading, but with the free version, you can actually do a lot. So let's start with a bar graph, and let's create from a blank document. And yeah, so I'm going to use now when you get on the platform, you try to create a chart. You pick the particular graph you want to create, and then you click on create your blank space, and it's two sizes pops up, the canvas size. You have the square size and the wide. Then depending on what you're working on, or how you choose to present your document, can choose from this one. I'm going to use the wide 16 by 9. This is a landscape page, and then so okay, use this template. All right. So remember, I already copied my what do you call it? My data that I want to use for this. So I'm going to here. You have all the different templates that you can use, but I will just pick one. I think let me just use this. Sorry. So that's for a different reason. Now let's click on data where you add your data. So it's chart and graph. Now you can either use the vertical, or there are different types of bar graph. You can see that here. So these are the different types of bar graph. You have the vertical, you have the horizontal, depending on what you're working on. You have the pie chart, donuts, and the likes. So we want to create a bar, a bar chart. So this is the bar graph, and it's at the chart data. This is where you paste in your data. I'm going to delete this. All right, so I already copied it, so I just paste it. So you can see. So it's as easy as creating your data. And we are using a generated data. It could be the data from probably your office, or I don't know, wherever you're getting your data from. So you just copy it and paste. Sometimes your data might already be in probably in a PDF file or something. You might have issues copying it. There are platforms online that you can use to convert that to. You can convert to CSV file, or you convert to Word document and just copy from it. So if you convert to CSV file, you can then paste it on your Excel sheet. For those people that work with Excel, and Word document, you can just paste, copy, and then bring it down to Vismo. So if we see, let me zoom this. I think this is the large. Okay, let me do this. All right. So you see now we were only worried about the data, getting the data and pasting it on Vismo, visme.co. We're able to generate the bar graph, and from I don't know if it's big enough for you to see on your screen, and you try to read the chart
Hello,
itself.
Kenneth.
Yeah, can you? Yeah, I
Yes,
can hear you.
please. Sorry, how do you get the visme.io?
Okay, visme.co.
Yes, how
Just
do you get
type.
it?
Just search on your web, my.visme.co. It's not a so it's an online platform. It's a web software. So just search on
Okay,
your URL. Just search. Okay, sorry, it's myvisme dot
my visme.
dot co.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the data, how will you now go into this?
the data I generated. You know, this data I generated it with ChatGPT. So
Okay,
after doing that,
so
what I did was to just copy it here.
okay, you copy it
Yeah.
from here
So,
and
yes,
take
this is
to.
because I'm generating the data. But if you're using, even if you're using your, probably the data is in Microsoft Word form, just copy the whole entry,
Yes.
then paste. Then
Okay,
you go to
so you now go to the visme.co and paste.
paste it. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
I was a little bit distracted and got lost in that aspect.
All right. It's fine. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, so another thing, I don't know if we noticed, I can't go back now. Or go back means I'll have to start this all over again. When you paste your data, you don't need to, for example, now this table. on our ChatGPT table, you might think you might have to put concentration on how copying the first column, pasting it on the right column. The AI platform automatically know where each data is to go into based on, because this is a table content. So when you copy it and paste, the AI platform automatically knows how it's going to create the data itself. So, and then it generated this, and if you look close, it's actually correct. I don't know how big this is in your screen, but if it's not clear enough, probably you try to see it. But from this, if we start following through from 0 to 9, um, treated 120 patients on, I think this is supposed to be, we didn't copy okay, I think I'm coming. ChatGPT. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So we can rename this parts. Search roll above. Coming. There's a mix up somewhere. All right, so I don't know I'm coming. I think some data went off. Might have to do this again.
Hello, please. I want to find out something, please.
Okay.
Sorry, when we get to myvisme.co, I think
Yeah.
we'll just register free of charge, as in, and we'll get to this dashboard, isn't
So I can't hear you clearly. You get to what?
it? I mean, when we get to myvisme.co,
Uh,
this dashboard that you are in, we are going to
okay.
register on visme.co, isn't it? We'll
Yeah,
register,
yeah. With your email
okay,
and like.
okay, with the email, okay. So after that, you have access to this dashboard.
Yep.
Oh, okay, okay. I just wanted to be sure of that. Okay.
So I'm having duplicates of my data. I have to just clear that off and work from there. So this is a little bit too tiny. I was trying to make it. I think we might have to reduce the number of data so that we can see it boldly, because I can't zoom it past this, and the data is quite much for what we are working with. So create. Let me make it a little bit. Yeah.
My hand has been raised. Can I have a question?
So there.
Hello?
Hello,
I
can
can't hear you
you hear me?
clearly.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Your voice is cracking. I can't hear you clearly. Confirm if you can hear him. I think, or unless it's from my side.
I can hear you clearly. I can hear
Okay.
you clearly.
Yeah, speak. I can barely hear you, but I can try.
Is it better now? Is it
Hello.
better now?
Yeah, it's
Is it
better. It's
better?
better.
Okay. I just want to know what's the source of this data? Is it the AI that generated it, or you have it in a database?
What is the word? Sorry.
The source of this data you are using, this medical source.
The cost.
The,
The source.
the source is actually asking for the. Can you hear me?
I can't hear
Can
you. I
hear
can hear
you.
you.
Kenneth, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, Damola.
I think what Mr. Funshaw is trying to talk about it. He's trying to talk about the source where you got the data from, which is ChatGPT. I think
ChatGPT, we got the
the
data
best
from
thing to do,
ChatGPT.
yeah,
This
the
is
best
data
thing for us
here.
is for if you can take
It's
it
not
to
a real data. It's not a real data. We generated it. It's like a dummy data. We generated it from ChatGPT. Mr. Fusha, is that clear? Okay, I can't hear me any longer. Or can anybody hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, and
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
and
here.
we can hear you.
So basically, this is a bar graph generated with visme.co, and you can try it out on your own. So there are other data charts we can create. We can create donuts, but this kind of data will not work for this because this is more like a pie chart. So it could be a combo ball. Let me pick. Probably we'll have to generate another data for this. This is a pie chart. Might not be able to show this in pie chart because this pie chart, as we know from those who are familiar with pie chart, it works with percentage. So it's how will I put it? It divides the data into different sectors, and then all when you add them together, it becomes 100%. So a different percentile. So might have to generate a different data. You can just try this with ChatGPT. Try different, generate different data. If there's any data you have with you that you might feel you will want to present on the platform, you can do that. So before I go to the pie chart, I want to quickly show something on this. I think do I still have the data coming. So one thing about um, the data I did initially itself because we didn't save it. So, but one thing I did, one thing about the visme.co platform is that you can also, depending on what you're using it for, maybe you're trying to create animated slides. You can also use animated slides on this. So when you come here, there are different slides you can work with. You click on this, then you can from here the chart. This is like a slide transition that you can add to your document. So when you click on slide transition, you will see the different forms of animation you can add to this. So there are some PowerPoint files that are animated depending on how complex you want your. When I say complex, I say complex. It makes it looks as if to be hard to understand, but more presentable. So there are different animations you can use, and you can just check them out. So when you click on play, it animates your data. So this is for a bar graph. So when we get to the other part, we get to see other animations. So we're going to generate, let's just generate a pie chart. Then from here, we'll move to, I'll just show you some other tools on the platform and we call it a day. So from this, what type of data can be used for a pie chart? Let's say if you're trying to get the, okay, I'm just using generated file because I don't have a real record yet I can use to generate these visuals. So I'm going to generate a dummy data with ChatGPT again. So generate dummy, let's say, number of, you know, I'm finding hard to think of the data we can work with. Let's say dummy reports for um, uh, graduating students. It's, okay. Of ABC secondary school. Category categorizing the password. Let's say 70 to 100 E. This is going to be a serious distance. So let's say the next one, let's say 50. I'm just going to give three categories: 50 to 69 B, and let's say 30 to 49. So I will give it C. So generate, let me give it a number of students so that we don't have to work with too much data. So we'll say the total number, let's say total number of students equals to, let's say 20, and randomly create number of students past students within this score range. So I'm just cooking up a prompt from that's why we are on it live on class. So you can just try different prompts and see what you're able to generate. So as I said earlier on, pie chart works with percentage. So we might need to now generate the percentage for this data. So now get the percentage for this data. Aha. So this is what we would use for the pie chart. So the same process, you copy and you paste. Sorry. So this is quite tiny. Let me export this as a CSV file. So export. So CSV file is a file that allows you to, based on Excel sheets. So export. Because I don't know why we're having issues to paste the data. I wish we had proper data to work with. Yeah. So I can delete this. I can create a new chart. I don't need this. I don't need this. So I can say import data. Let's import.
Sorry, Kenneth. Sorry, Kenneth.
Yeah.
From the chat GPT you where you enter the information.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was a bit distracted. So we got this. They now
Yeah. Yeah.
export it again.
Okay. So like the previous one where we copied our data and pasted for the
Yes,
bar chart.
yes, exactly.
So
Yeah.
for some reason it didn't work. I copied it and pasted, but it wasn't giving me the right. So what I did now was to export this data as a CSV file So a CSV file
Okay.
and file that can work on Excel sheet. I don't know if you are familiar with CSV file. So when
Very
you
well.
yeah, so I instructed the ChatGPT to generate a CSV file, which is this. I downloaded it. So what I would do now is to go back to this. I don't need to go and paste on style sheet, Excel sheet, and then re-import on visme.me. I can just do that straight from here. So where we have the chat data, where we need to place data, we just click on import data. I hope you can see that. So when you click on import data, you can then select the type of file your data is saved in. So it's Microsoft Excel, and if you check here, you'll see XL, XVX, and CSV. So our file is in CSV format, so we need to click this, and then you go and select your file where it's saved. So mine is saved in downloads, and um, yeah, I think this is it. So
Can go to
then
details and select today. Be able to get it quickly.
I didn't get that.
Can go to details and select today.
Yes, I didn't get that. Sorry, I select today.
So from here, you go to details on this pane, then select today so that I can get the file immediately.
Yeah. So let me go through it again so you see how I got there. So here where you have the tab where you have your chat data, import data. Are you working on it currently, like while we're in the class?
Yes.
So on the tab where you have chat data, import data, and settings, you will see import data.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Then
So
you
you
say
just
Microsoft
select one.
Excel.
Yeah, then you click on Microsoft Excel. Then since our file is
Then
CSV,
upload.
click here.
Yeah.
Then click on select file. You locate where you have the data, where you have it saved. So since I downloaded mine now, it will be
On
under
download.
that. Yeah, so I locate the file and select it. And that's it. So the file is quite small. I think that's why, you know what? Mm, let's generate another data. I'm finding hard to think of data we can generate. Let's say,
Can't you go back and copy
I'm copying.
the
No, the thing is, I think the file is too small. So the percentage part in the diagram is quite tiny. I don't know if
quite
you are
thin?
seeing.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, hold on. No. Okay, it's not even showing this part. We don't need this. Come here. Generate a pie chart. They're supposed to show this way. I don't know why it's not giving us the data in that form. For the So it's supposed to come as this way. Then I don't know why it's pasting the other way. Maybe I need to. So what I think I need to do is to single out the percentage itself from the data. So let's try with this and see if we. So apparently it's supposed to be horizontally. So I think for this data we need to type it ourselves or generate it in a way that it's horizontal on ChatGPT. So I don't know why it's still based that way. And I think the platform does not recognize it if it's arranged vertically. So but basically this okay, it's supposed to be A. So grade A, grade B, and grade C. So from this small data, we have 40% people with grade A, 35 people with 35% with grade B, and 25 with grade C. This is for a small data. If you see, we just have three entries. I can't get hands on a large data that we can use to show this. But if you have like a data of about, let's say, 30 entries, you should be able to get a more understanding, and you will see a more sophisticated look with the diagram itself. If it's arranged vertically, it don't seem to work for the pie chart. Why I can't explain that? Probably I'll have to look into that later on. Or while you're practicing with the software, you can check out how it works. So that's it for bar chart. There are still other tools. You have the donuts. You have the let's see. I'm trying to see if the donuts will work for with the data we have. Same thing. So we need to switch it. So there's a button here. I don't know if you are seeing what I'm doing. I shouldn't have typed it individually. When we paste, so ChatGPT creates the data in the vertical arrangement. So it arranges it in columns, so as you can see. So I think the pie chart recognizes the data if it's arranged in rows. I don't know why. If it was for the bar graph, it recognizes it anyhow we arrange it, vertical, horizontal. But for pie chart, so I think it needs to be in rows before it can generate the image. So this icon here allows you to do that easily. So you just click on it and it converts it, changes the arrangement. That's it for that. So one other tool I would want us to you can just go through all this. You see there are a lot of tools here, a whole lot that you can play with and check how they work. But one of the charts I wanted to also touch is the map itself. So I think I'm going to go back to the home. I don't know. Are we still with me?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm with you.
I can't find the map. Okay, before I even touch that, so this is the map here. This is the data. This was what I was looking for. But I didn't say anything about how you can export your data. So when you are done with when you're done with whatever data you're working with, both whether animation or still image, you can click here on downloads. So on downloads, you have the different file formats that you can download in. So if you download, you can download as a document in PDF form. For the animations, you can download either in video or GIF form. And these things, you can download them for free. There are no restrictions. I think the only restriction might be the watermark. Then for you can present them offline, that is download as PowerPoint file and so on. So the one I wanted to touch, you can also create table. If you can see from here, I don't know why it was not showing before. When you click on data, you'll see, okay, I think I needed to close the charts and graphs. So chart and graphs where you see the different types of charts, pie chart, bar charts, and the likes. Then here we have diagrams, depending on what you're working with. If it's probably for a company's organogram, some of these things could have been done on maybe a PowerPoint or Microsoft Word, but this platform I think makes it easier to generate these images. And you have data widgets depending on the industry. Um, and then you have tables, different tables. So why I singled out this AI platform to show and to practice on is because of the number of tools that you have embedded in it. So another one is maps. This was the one that fascinated me a lot because um, you can show a lot of data using this. So for example, let's say we want to they want to get data of the largest producer of oil or largest largest, let's use oil, largest producer of oil in the world, and we can say generate. Okay, let's first get the data. I think this one should be easy. The largest. Okay, let's say rank the largest producer. So I think this one is I think it's realistic. It's real. I don't know. Probably yeah, it's real because it has business readers, the different resource where this data was gotten from. So these are real values, I would say. So we can use this to generate our infographics for that. But the only difference about this is this one now you're working with the map of the world, but you what we want to do is we'll have to put in our data manually for this. It's not like we can copy and paste. Let me see if we can do that, but I don't think we can. So, um, copy. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. From 1 to 10, United States and the likes. Okay, it's pasted it, but it didn't arrange it automatically. So the number one from what we see here, though I don't know how correct this is. From what we see here, it says United States number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, down to Kuwait, which is number 10. I can't verify the truth to this, but when we check it rhymes with what we have. Kuwait. I don't know why this 1 to 4. Okay, it is advisable we can I reset this? There should be a way to to reset the map, but I can't seem to find that. So we'll have to add it manually. So for United States, mm, let's say rank. Um, Control C. I don't know if we are still following us. So what I'm doing is to just paste in the data we got from ChatGPT, and I think this one is going to take us a whole lot of time. So I'm trying to paste it with the values. I'm able to. I don't know. I can't reset this. I'm finding out to do that. So I'm trying to avoid us adding this to one by one. But so far, I think that's the only option. Because the option now is for us to add it one by one, and because of time, I'm trying to avoid us doing that. Able to. Okay, so I think we have no other choice than to do that manually. Let's see. I think I'll just do for the top five because of time. Copy for Canada, then for China, and then we can now put in the values. Yeah. So after doing that, for us to be able to differentiate on the world map itself, we can then change the color. So for China, we can assign, let's just assign the random color. So this is China. And it's that then for Canada, I'm just giving random colors. And pick this, Saudi Arabia. Then for the US, let's just pick this. So it's quite small. Well, I don't know if you can see it. So let's see. like I said, depending on the data. So this is quite large. So on this particular template, then you can now put in your text. You can add text and style it as you want. So let's say that text. On the other text, you have probably, let's say, top five largest producer of oil. So top five largest. I can see what I'm typing now. I have to change the color. So you can change the color from here. Let's just pick black. You can change the font. I'm just using random font or something. Then I don't know. So this is like a bigger um, representation. So it's quite large and it's filling the whole screen. So you can then label each of your each of the countries in the map using the tools you have here. You have the line and arrow. So you can use this to create an arrow or something or some form of notification that okay, this is American. Well, that's thing they use for maps. Another thing they use for maps is to use shapes. So you can use this, no, not lines. I think not lines and arrow shapes. Yeah. So on the shape, you create like then I think it should be the if you are picking for this now, pick the color for this, which was this. Sorry, please, are you guys still with me? I don't know. I hope you're
Yes,
still
yes,
following.
we'll
Yes,
see
we
with
are.
you.
Yes, we are.
Okay. So from here now you add its text. So let's say subtitle text, and I think this country was the United States. Yeah. So United States. Or I can just write America. So I can reduce the font size. Basically everything, all the tools you will need to go about the editing um, the visuals is right on the platform. Let me use a bolder font. Let's say Calibri. No, no Calibri. Um, let's just use this. Let's increase the size to 34. Okay, so I think this is fine. So the same way we did for this is the same way you do it for other states. So you create a shape. I don't know if you can remember. I hope you remember how we created the shape. So you come to your T basic. This is basic things you need for the design itself. So here you have square, the rectangle, and I think that one came up because we already used it initially. So, but from other, you can add your text from the header and text. You can add different form pairs, stats and figures. This one has to do with percentages. So when you want to create, I mean, there are things like this when it comes to infographics. So under graphics, you get the shapes that you might want to use. How we created this shape now for the United States is we used one of the shape. So to create for other countries, you just want drag and drop, reduce the size. Then I think we can duplicate this. We don't even need to write. I mean, Control C. Let's see if we can copy and paste. Let's think we can duplicate. Okay, Control D is to Control D is to duplicate. So this is I think we need to go to the settings back. So this is Russia. So this part is Russia. So we need to pick the color. So I think it's green. So it's this green, this color, and I can rename this Russia. So that's it for that. This is on a white background. You can also so this you replicate this for the other countries. I just use that example. Then for if you decide to change the background, so this is the present in colors. You can see. If I do that now, it distorts the. You have to go and put the colors for all those countries back again because this automatically replaces all the countries with the particular color. So if we had wanted a particular thing, we should have done that initially. Um, Probably you're working with your brand color or something. So I think that's it for that. Then we can download this. Okay, let's see. We can also see if we can animate this. Don't know the form of animations. So we play. So it's like a slideshow on your PowerPoint file. So you can download in different formats, as I said earlier on, image, videos, and the likes. So that's it for that. And just play with the different. Okay, this is for Africa. If you're trying to create a data for Africa, we have for Asia, Europe, oceans, and the like. I think from here you can select the particular country you're looking for, and you can even select the particular state. So, for example, let's say we're in Nigeria now, and I think uh, no Nigeria. Okay, I think you can select the state itself. So, but this is for Nigeria, and if you notice when you hover above the map itself, you get to see the different states within Nigeria, and then you can work with this data if this is what you're trying to do. So now we see when we now click on Nigeria and click, it brings out the whole state. So depending on what the data is now, you can begin to put your values. So one place this can work is probably during the election period and something you want to get the total number of voters. So let's say I don't know voters or something or votes. Sorry, votes. Total number of votes. Just a number of votes. So for Abia State, you can put in your value, change the color, um, like that, till you get to the end of the number of states. So from here now, from map setting, you can decide to change. Probably you don't like this overall color. Let's say we want to use something colder. Can use this. Then after doing that, it replaces the color. So one thing you should take note of when you are working with this is that before you put in the different color for each state, you first select the theme you want, the particular theme. So because if you select the theme after putting the color for this, it replaces all the color initially fixed. So for Abia now, you can now change the colors to what you want. You can do that for if you want to do it for everything. So depending on where you're concentrating on. So this is one tool that can be used for some of your presentations. Um, yeah, in media, you can create videos, edit videos, and the likes. I don't know how useful that can be when it comes to data analysis, but I think probably you're trying to show a short clip that relates to what you're presenting. It can be useful for that. Brand kit, you can add your logos, you can add your desired font, your brand font, you can add the team colors, the company for your organizations or something. For photos, yeah. So these are different photos you can use for your design. The basic thing I wanted to just show us was what we already do to take bias and chat, because I know most of the, since we are dealing with data, you might look for ways to show your data and display your data in a presentation form. So these are for what they call this, data flow or something. It can be for process flow, for your SOPs or something, showing the way your organization's process go. And that's it. So we can't touch every single thing, but I would employ us to just play with these tools and see what they can all do. And yeah, so that's visme.co. That's the platform. I don't know. Are there any other questions? Are there questions on this platform or anything you might want to ask concerning the platform before we go out of the platform? So, and that thing, the platforms are you can integrate some of the things you create with YouTube.
Okay.
You paste. Okay,
I have a question.
yeah, I can hear you.
My question is regarding PowerPoint presentations.
Okay.
Like, is there any way you can probably get images from, like, stock images from this visme.co?
Yeah, okay. So there are images when you come to the media part. I'm sorry, to the photos. There are already stock images here. But peradventure you don't get to see the one you want, you can generate new image. Like, see, there's a generative feature. So here we have the different images. I don't know what we're working with. So, but here you can see generate image, and then you generate the based on the idea you have, you put in your prompt and generate the image. And if you don't want to do that, you can decide to add your own particular image, probably an image you've gotten from somewhere, you generated with probably another AI platform, or you downloaded it from an asset website. You can then import it into what they call it, into Bismo.ai. So when you click on all files, you can then see your folder. I don't know if you are seeing that. So you can see your folder. So let me check on downloads. I don't have my images. So let me go back again so you get it. So when you click on images, you come here to where we have upload or my images, whichever. My images will show you the images you currently have uploaded on this on the platform. So, but to get in images, you click on the upload button. Then from my PC, your drive, or wherever you have your, but it's basically my PC. So you click on my PC, locate your image. So I'm just going to pick one randomly. No, let me just pick one. So that image is imported into the platform, and you use it for the different. Now this is it. So it's available for your design, or if you are trying to create a slide, so you can create your slides here and work with it, or do whatever you want to do with it. And that thing you can use after exporting your data as image. After exporting it as image, then you can use that image on, probably you're working on PowerPoint separately outside this platform. You can then import that image into that platform and work with that. So I think that answers your question. Yeah, you can get stock images from pisme.co. And these are the stock images. I think it's limited actually. So to get more images, I think it's better you just generate your image outside or get your image from outside. But if the ones you have on the platform works for you, fine. Or you generate what you want and you work with that. So Damola, I hope that answers the question.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, so that's it. I don't know any other question. So for Canva, let me just quickly show us this. I didn't plan to touch this, but I think a lot of us are familiar with Canva. You rarely see someone who doesn't use Canva. But when you want to locate the AI section of Canva, when you go on the platform, you see it here, Canva AI. So there are different tools you can use for what you want to work on. This is for coding, for designs. I think there's a part that does on organograms. So I'll click on no, not templates. Canva AI. Okay, this was one I generated um, earlier today. I don't know, it's quite tiny. I don't know if you can see it, and there's no way of enlarging it. But you can just practice with that. So you put in your prompt, generate a pie
Sorry,
chart.
Kenneth, I want to find out. Hello,
I didn't
Kenneth.
get that.
Yeah, I want to find out something. Hello.
You want to what?
I want to find out. I want to ask a question.
Okay, yeah, go on.
So, I think either Canva or this Visme, is it possible, like, for example, those of us who are web designers, maybe we just want to generate a design template, maybe a 3-page or 4-page site, just give us a structure. Can the Visme,
Yes, it can do that. I think that the code for me section of Canva does that for you. So this is its code for me. So
okay,
for the
code for me.
huh?
You say code for me, Canva.
Yeah, it is. It's here. Can you see that? I don't know if you're
Oh,
seeing it on my screen. I'm on it currently.
okay, I can see it. Okay.
Yeah, so you can use Canva for that.
Oh, okay, no problem.
So there are different platforms that you can just. One thing everyone can do is to um, surf the internet and just check for different AI platforms. There are different AI platforms created for different purposes, and some are more powerful in particular areas, while some are better in another area. So Visme.ai, I chose to talk on that because of the how broad it is. You can do basically almost everything with the platform. So that brings us to the end of this class. So a quick note. So when you're going about creating design, it's not about creating beautiful images or beautiful designs. You need to keep it simple because the main goal is to make sure your viewers or the person you're passing the information across to completely understands what you're trying to say or you're trying to pass across. So keep it simple. Avoid overcomplicating your designs. So use clean colors. Basically, 2 or 3 colors are often sufficient, and your design should show a clear story. So when you're creating your design, you should be straight to the point, hit the nail on the head, and then try free AI tools. Practice is key to improvement. As I said earlier, on, just try different AI tools. There's no. I don't think there's anybody on any AI user that will say, okay, this is the right AI tools to use. There's some of my colleagues that use a particular different AI, and I don't even know about the software, but I get what I want from different AI platforms. So just be open, have an open heart to different AI platforms, and just try. Then don't worry about perfection initially. Um, so good design is not about beauty alone. It's about making things easy to understand. So that brings us to the end of this session. I don't know if you have any other question. Would you have any other question or we'll call it a day?
All right. In the absence of question, if you have any question, you can as well unmute your mic or you can text in the chat box. It has been a wonderful session with Mr. Kenneth here, and we're very pleased and humbled by his appearance to put us through on AI graphics today. So I would like everyone to give Mr. Kenneth a very resounding round of applause for his remarkable efforts in impacting in us today. I would like us to appreciate him for his efforts, and because I have really learned a lot, majorly regarding how you can, use AI graphics to show presentations on map. That has been a different one for me, and I really know that I'm going to be using that a lot. All right. So for more classes, the AI classes comes at the end of every Friday of the last Friday of every month. So make sure you are in class on time and you have signed your attendance. And as well, the feedback for this class is I'm going to be sending to the chat room right now. So kindly fill the feedback form so we can know how you feel. We can make the class better for you and how to make it better for both the trainers and both the students. All right, so permit me 1 minute while I do that. And we also have software application development grade level 3 course back coming up September, and this is going to be the summation of the 3 levels. We have level 1, level 2, and level 3. So kindly make sure that you are able to participate in any of the level, or if you can make sure you're able to complete the 3 levels, which will make you more satisfied and you have a better experience and practical hands-on. Like we literally have expert advisors here for you to make sure that everything you want to learn is you are getting the best quality. So thank you very much everyone for today's class. The recorded version of this class will be sent to Telegram channel